नहीं तो उठा के ले चलो, मैं भी बर्थडे वाला केक खाऊंगा। तू घुइयां ले ले कमीनी बिल्ली। अरे चिंकी जल्दी दौड़ के ले चल। देखिए केक पिघल रहा है धीरे धीरे। क्या केक पिघल रहा है? अरे जल्दी चलो रे दादा, नहीं तो मेरा बर्थडे वाला केक पिघल जाएगा। केक को लेकर दौड़ चिंटू। अरे वो दोनों तो केक को लेकर चले गए। अब मैं केक कैसे खाऊंगा? मैं उठ भी नहीं पा रहा हूँ।
ओहो, वहाँ पर एक बिल्ली गिरी हुई है जमीन पर। अब तो मैं उसे आसानी से खा जाऊंगा, वो भाग भी नहीं पाएगी। बड़ा मजा आएगा बिल्ली को खाने में।
अरे बाप रे, वो कुत्ता मेरी तरफ दौड़ते हुए क्यों आ रहा है?
बोल बिल्ली, अब किधर से खाना चालू करूँ तुझे?
नहीं नहीं, मुझे मत काटना कुत्ता भाई, मैं बहुत बीमार हूँ।
लेकिन मैं तो तुझे खाऊंगा। मैं 10 दिनों से भूखा हूँ, मैंने कुछ भी नहीं खाया है।
नहीं नहीं, मुझे मत खाओ। तुम मुझे उठा कर ले चलो एक जगह, तो मैं तुम्हें वहाँ एक बड़ा आइसक्रीम वाला केक दूंगा खाने के लिए।
क्या आइसक्रीम वाला केक? उसे तो बड़ा मजा आएगा खाने में।
तो जल्दी मुझे ले चलो उठाकर। हम उस लड़के का केक काटने से पहले ही उस लड़के का केक लेकर भाग जाएंगे और दोनों मिल बांट कर खाएंगे।
तो चलो जल्दी आ जाओ मेरे पीठ पर, मैं तुम्हें लेके चलता हूँ बर्थडे वाला केक खाने के लिए।
अब दौड़ के जल्दी चलो पिल्ला भाई। हम घर आ गए। देखो चिंटू और चिंकी, अब जल्दी से चलो अंदर। ढेर सारे रसगुल्ले मेरा इंतजार कर रहे हैं। हाँ चलते हैं अंदर। मैं तो बस केक खाऊंगा पेट भर भर के। अरे मम्मी तो जमीन पर ही सो गई हमारा इंतजार करते करते। चल अब उतर नीचे बाबू। अरे माई रे, सारा रसगुल्ला कहाँ चला गया? कौन भूखड़ खा गया रे दादा? अब मैं अपना बर्थडे कैसे मनाऊंगा? अरे कौन रो रहा है मेरे घर में आकर? मम्मी, इस प्लेट का सारा रसगुल्ला कहाँ चला गया? तू चल केक को काट के अपना बर्थडे मना, रसगुल्ला को छोड़। हाँ जल्दी केक को काट बाबू, मुझे इसे खाना है। अरे पहले टेबल पर तो रख दे केक को चिंटू। पहले मेरा सारा रसगुल्ला लेकर आओ, फिर मैं अपना बर्थडे मनाऊंगा केक काट कर। वो पूरा रसगुल्ला मैं खा गई। क्या? चल रोना बंद कर और केक को काट जल्दी। नहीं नहीं, बिना रसगुल्ला के मैं केक नहीं काटूंगा। क्या?
अब कहाँ जाना है बिल्ली केक खाने के लिए?
उस घर में चलो पिल्ला भाई।
अगर आइसक्रीम वाला केक नहीं मिला ना मुझे, तो मैं तुझे ही खा जाऊंगा बिल्ली, समझी?
अरे जल्दी चलो घर में, नहीं तो पूरा केक खत्म हो जाएगा।
हाँ चलते हैं।
जल्दी से रसगुल्ला बनाओ ढेर सारा, नहीं तो मैं घर से भाग जाऊंगा दोबारा। तुम सब डीजे पर नाचो, मैं फिर से रसगुल्ला बना कर लाती हूँ। बाबू और चिंटू चलो डीजे पर नाचते हैं। तुम दोनों ही नाचो, मुझे तो बस केक खाना है। हाय कितना अच्छा और मीठा दिख रहा है केक। चल चिंकी, हम नाचते हैं डीजे पर। हाँ जल्दी चल। वहाँ देखो पिल्ला भाई, कितना बड़ा केक है।
ओहो, मेरे तो मुंह में पानी आने लगा उस मीठे केक को देखकर।
तो कैसे हम उस केक को खाएंगे पिल्ला भाई?
देख बिल्ली, वो दोनों नाच रहे हैं। अब हम चुपके से उस केक को लेकर भाग जाएंगे।
अरे वो केक कब आएगा रे तू मेरे मुंह में? पिल्ला भाई अब चुपके से घर के अंदर चलो और हम वहाँ से वो बड़ा केक लेकर भाग जाते हैं।
हाँ चलो चुपके से चलते हैं।
कितना मजा आ रहा है चिंकी डीजे पर नाचते हुए। चिंटू तुम भी आओ ना हमारे साथ डीजे पर नाच ले।
जल्दी केक को पकड़ बिल्ली, मैं भागता हूँ।
I started with just 1 rupee, not 1,000, not 100, just 1. And honestly, even that single coin felt heavier than it should, because it carried a huge question with it: can a person really change their life with nothing? At that time, I had no connections, no investment, and no clear roadmap. What I did have was a deep, gnawing discomfort, the kind that doesn't let you sleep peacefully at night, the kind that keeps whispering in your ear, this cannot be your final destination. The truth is, my success didn't begin when I finally started earning money. It began the moment I stopped waiting for the perfect opportunity and started using the little I had. My first lesson was simple but profound. Value is not created by money, value is created by action. With that single rupee, I bought a small, cheap item that I knew I could resell. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't exciting, but it was a start. I managed to sell it for a small profit. Then, I did it again, and again, and again. Slowly, my focus shifted from the amount of money to the habit of constant movement. I learned very early that business isn't about taking massive, heroic leaps. It's about taking consistent, small steps every single day. In the beginning, rejection was my daily companion. People ignored me. Some laughed right in my face. Others openly doubted me. But something strange happens when you just keep moving forward. That resistance slowly turns into respect, not because people change their minds, but because your persistence becomes louder than their opinions. As the small profits grew, I reinvested everything. Absolutely everything. There were no celebrations. No unnecessary spending. Every small earning was treated like a precious seed that needed to be planted and nurtured. I didn't think like someone who had money to spend. I thought like someone who was building a system. That mindset shift changed everything for me. I stopped asking how much can I possibly earn today, and I started asking how can I create something that earns money every day, even while I sleep. So, I started learning new skills. I dove into sales techniques, communication strategies, and market behavior. I observed people who were successful and I studied their habits. Not their flashy lifestyles, their discipline. I realized that significant wealth is rarely accidental. It's almost always structured and built with intention. Of course, there were moments when everything almost collapsed. I made bad decisions. I suffered losses. Unexpected problems popped up constantly. But failure taught me something that success never could: responsibility. When you have nothing, it's easy to blame your circumstances. But when you start building something, even something small, you have to accept ownership. Ownership is the true turning point between just surviving and actually growing. Over time, those small, individual trades became structured deals. The structured deals then became partnerships, and those partnerships eventually evolved into a real business. One day I looked around and realized something incredibly powerful. The person who once held a single coin with crippling uncertainty was now making decisions that affected entire teams, clients, and markets. But here's the most important truth. I learned money did not make me a businessman. Problems did. Pressure did. Persistence did. Business is not about having capital first. It is about having the right mindset first. So many people believe they need a large investment to begin. But capital isn't just money. Your time is capital. Your skills are capital. Your reputation is capital. Your courage is capital. The world generously rewards those who use what they already possess. If I had waited for the perfect moment to start, I would still be waiting today. The journey from 1 rupee to a thriving business was never a straight line. It was a winding, unpredictable path of uncertainty, learning, and constant adaptation. There was no single, dramatic breakthrough moment. There were thousands of tiny decisions that slowly but surely reshaped my reality. And that, right there, is the real secret. Success rarely arrives as a big, cinematic event. It grows quietly, nurtured inside the soil of daily discipline. Today, when people ask me how I built everything from nothing, I give them the same honest answer. I didn't start with money. I started with movement. I didn't start with certainty. I started with commitment. Because the distance between where you are and where you want to be is not measured in currency. It's measured in action. If you're watching this, and you feel like you have nothing, remember this. Every large empire once began with something small. Sometimes smaller than you can even imagine. The first step is never comfortable, but it is always necessary. I began with 1 rupee, not because it was enough, but because I decided that I was. And that single decision changed everything. Thanks for watching.